What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news concerning Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte, he's been training extensively for this fight with Chisora too. You know, and he's no stranger from training, but I think he's putting a little oomph in it this time, simply because a lot of the critics think that Chisora won the first fight. It was a back and forth fight. I seen the highlights, I seen the full fight, and it was very entertaining. So I see the reason for the rematch. I see that. It's just that when you have these type of fighters fighting for the same goal, because Chisora he's on his way, he's making his comeback, versus on top of fighting a guy that a lot of people think he beat, and so it's really more pressure on Dillian Whyte, I feel. That's why I think that he's adding that extra intense workout, okay? And I think that he wants to really make a statement to Dereck Chisora, and I think honestly, if you guys can remember the first press conferences of Chisora and Whyte, Chisora picked up a chair and threw it across the room, you know what I mean? And I think those outbursts, and they had to shut down the press conference because of the scuffling and all that. Chisora is not no stranger to that type of stuff. He does have a temper, and I think that got under Dillian Whyte's skin. I do believe that. I think, so he just went balls to wall with Chisora and really fought Chisora's game plan. Because, Chisora being the shorter, a short, stocky guy, Dillian Whyte, they're about the same height. However, Chisora's game plan is get inside, rip to the body with uppercuts, left hooks to the body, then work his stuff upstairs. That's his game plan. He wants you right there so he can punch you. You know what I mean? Dillian Whyte, I think because of those outbursts, he wasn't able to implement a game plan. He just wanted to hurt this guy. Pain. You know what I mean? So he gave out what Chisora did. That's why it was a classic fight. That's why it was hard to score. That's why it was a high impact fight. A lot of punches were thrown. A lot of punches were landed. And I think this time with the training that Dillian Whyte's doing, I think he's coming in with an actual game plan because he's not in his head. Chisora's not in his head this fight because, as of now, the press conferences have been pretty, tranquil. So we'll see, because it's on the 22nd, which is about a week away. Actually, it's exactly a week away. And, we'll see what they do on the face-off and the weigh-in, on that night. And let's see if nothing else pops off. But, other than that, you have two guys that are familiar with each other. Like, Juan Manuel Marquez and Manny Pacquiao was, countless others, Holyfield and Bo, right? So that's better. That's a better comparison, I feel, because those guys are going tit for tat, blow for blow, and it looks like an exciting fight. Of course, I got a link to show you a little bit of the training that he was doing. Shout outs to Second Out with Radio Raheem. I'll put the link in the description below so you guys can check out the type of things that he's doing, for this particular fight. And, Dillian Whyte, he's like, hey, no one's safe. Nothing gets in the way of training, because when you're in the fight game, you have to put in the training because it's going to show in the ring. And you're absolutely right. And the only person that can save you is the ref, right? So I really think he's doing a lot extra on this. I never seen him train like this before. So, he's training like a freaking beast, which he should, And again, he has a lot to prove. You know what I mean? He wants to keep that WBC silver. He wants to keep that position where he's at. And, I don't think he's going to let someone like Dereck Chisora, stop that, But understand, Dereck Chisora is a person. He's a seasoned vet. He's been in with some of the best fighters, i.e. Tyson Fury, Klitschko. He's been in with these guys, himself, Dillian Whyte. So Dillian Whyte has to bring his A game, his A+ game. Okay, with Chisora, because Chisora knows what types of things. Now, the question I have for Dillian Whyte is, what will he do different? What will his game plan be? Will he try to stay back and box, or will he just try to go in like he did last time? And fight the game plan that Chisora wants him to fight. If that happens, great. Fan-wise, that'll be great because we're going to see another fantastic, spectacular fight, a throwdown. But, you know, is that the smartest thing to do, though? You know what I'm saying? Because it's not always the smartest thing to do dealing with someone that does what you want them to do. You know what I mean? Because he might have a little something for you, because he might have looked at those tapes and seen the punches that did hurt him, implement those in, you know what I mean? Focus on that particular punch to get you out of there. And in the heavyweight division, a lot of times it only takes one. Fact. So anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Dillian Whyte's extreme workout training regimen. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.